Hello and welcome to Demo Play Thursday. We're on the PS4 with Atelier Yumia, the Alchemist of Memories and the Envisioned Land. And we're currently setting it up. Now I've started the video here, I started talking here because we've got difficulty, but it doesn't give you any information what any of these difficulty levels do. It says we can change it during the middle of playing, but it's the theme at the moment with modern games is that they'll tell you what each difficulty does or how each difficulty changes or affects the experience. So I'm going to go with easy, but we can change it. But yeah, I don't have too much experience with this kind of series. I do have a PS3 game, Atelier Rorona, something like that. So I'm kind of interested to see what, like a decade later, where the series has gone. And it's the PS4 version, not PS4 Pro, just PS4. I don't have a PS5 at the moment, but a lot of the PS4 demos have been really good. I mean, this looks pretty nice as well. But I didn't look at the shop to see what this demo has. If this demo is bespoke, if this demo is a prologue, if the save data from the demo carries over. Unfortunately, I don't know that. It looks like we're straight into a battle. So perhaps it's good I set it to easy. I can tell you, the demo is pushing the PS4 because I can hear the PS4. So yeah, I've set it to English subtitles. And I set the subtitle size to be big. And this might be the first game I've seen that option. So it was a pleasant surprise. Sometimes with subtitles or text on screen in general, it can be really tiny. So I said it's big, mostly for the YouTube viewers. Alright, straight to it. I like this simple look. Triangle, square, circle, X. Bottom left we got what appears to be health. Reduce the HP to win. Nice and simple, okay. So these are skills, and it says skill there. Try using a skill. I do appreciate that it's paused the game to tell us this. There's a couple of times the tutorial will keep the gameplay going, so it's like a race to read and to see what's happening on screen. So this is a very welcoming introduction. The cooldown does not begin to tick down until after the skill animation ends. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what it's talking about here. You can also continue the chain by activating a different skill. For me, I want to know what the white dots are next to them. Are they talking about like strike arts, the triangle? Are they saying that that has 4 attacks and then it cools down? One, two, three. Didn't do it. But yes, so okay. Strike Arts has 4 attacks, Rapid Fire has 2, First Step has 3. So you want to press triangle 4 times, or square twice, or circle 3 times to get that chain. I imagine you can go from circle to X to square like that. Oh, I can move the character. 1, 2. Certainly colourful. But it genuinely doesn't look too bad. What you hope is with the PS4 version is that you're not getting something obviously a lesser experience. You always want the PS4 version to look good, so that if you get the PS5 version, it's going to be that much better. Oh, here we go. You can play the opening act of the game in the demo. Functions are limited, levels are limited, skills, recipes, actions, they've all been limited because this is just the opening act of the game. We can have multiple quests open, but we can only track one at a time. R3. Can you see that yellow stuff? That's what comes on the screen. Camera turn is a little slow, but that's not a huge problem. That's an RPG, so let's see if there's anything worth opening. Ooh, we can attack. I don't mind a slow camera. It probably helps the PS4 with the loading. It doesn't look like anything's destructible. Again, not a huge problem. Different games have like chests or barrels or crystals that you hit and you're able to get materials from. Triangle to grab, R2 to push. And what's amazing is that we have a video showing what should happen. I've seen this more on mobile games actually, for the Mobile Friday series, where we're starting to get GIFs or videos. So to see it here is really good. And it still comes up on the screen. Triangle and R2. So that's great. The tutorial isn't just the box on the screen, it also brings up what you need to do. I tell ya, this demo is making a real good first impression. Double jump. Huh? Let's try this side. There we go. There is a swooping, beeping noise that sounds awfully familiar to Final Fantasy VIII. You know, it's also kind of dark and damaged, but it's still bright enough to see exactly what's happening. Makes it more difficult to enemies to notice. Okay. That noise, very much like menus in Final Fantasy VIII. Still looks good. And I can still hear the PS4 in the background. It is pushing it somewhat. Oh, double, yeah. What's interesting here, it says, press L2 to ready your gun, fine. Then press R2 to fire whichever ammunition you have. So I imagine there might be different situations where you need different ammunition in your gun. That could be okay. But shooting can allow you to obtain ingredients from high places or activate switches. Press R1 to lock on. So L2 and R1. There we go. But we can also use it to pick up stuff. Is there anything to pick up? I don't think so. Ah, this is taking over for me. But it was good that there was little loading between what I was doing and what the game's now showing. Oh, we got an enemy. You see the eyes there? That was good. Well, we're not going back that way then. Again, is there anything to shoot? Nope. Again, it just said press triangle, and it said on the top left what triangle does, so this game is really trying to help you at the beginning. It'll be interesting to see when the tutorial stops, when it just lets us play, or if it is going to continuously just give us advice. Yeah, we're going to have to shoot that. Honestly, the way that the screen is does give me Final Fantasy X vibes. And some of the sounds are not too dissimilar for Final Fantasy. Can we shoot the crystal? Nope. Oh, hello. Battle music's very energetic, and we're seamlessly back into gameplay. There we go. I thought I heard something when I entered the area. Wow, look at that bloom. Imagine on PS5 that could be like HDR. Oh wow, we can move pretty quick. Well, those crystals don't do anything. Nor them. There doesn't seem to be anything on screen that tells us how many bullets we have. So, crouch. Yeah, I see it. Can we attack it? I can't kill it this way. I imagine we can stun it. And then we can probably attack. So some games do that a little differently. Some games will let you attack and destroy enemies before you fight them. This game lets you kind of stagger them, which will drop all the enemy stats. There's 3 of them here. Ah, it was a sequence. No wonder nothing was working. Okay, I'm going to hit square to auto advance text. Rumble encounter. Okay, so basically lots of enemies equals rumble. Yeah, vicious. Okay, so you do want to, when you're playing, try and do one at a time if you can. So L2 is guard, but if you do it at the right moment, do it like a super guard, precision guard it says. And guard and L is, I imagine, a dodge. See that? That's me, L, and dodging. So enemies have aerial effect. That's Be dangerous. Without harm's way. There we go. Ah, it says this is the end of the tutorial. Again with Mobile Friday. Unfortunately, a lot of these mobile games, the tutorial just stops without any warning. Go out, get out there and find your own battle style. Alright. I kind of like the idea of her staff also being a gun. It's not quite like in Final Fantasy VIII when the gun is also, the sword is also a gun. It's like one end's probably magic and one end's probably bullets. I kind of like that idea. At the moment, it does have like a narrow feel to it, much like a Final Fantasy X kind of game, or 13. Ooh. Doesn't appear to be anything hidden in the waterfall. What a shame. I still want to explore a little bit to see if there are things to pick up. I wonder if the game's going to give the items like a sparkle, or give some sort of way to show that these are things you can pick up. Because at the moment we've picked up nothing, even though we've had the tutorial on how to pick up. Is that just one of them? Might be. I don't know. I thought I heard one. There it is. Okay. Personally, I do like to play RPGs on easy level. For me, the combat is a part of the game, sure, but I'm here for the story, I'm here for the interactions and the world. So at least with this demo video, you're able to see what easy difficulty is like. You're able to make a choice yourself. You want to play on a higher level. We do have our health on the right side. We haven't been told how to improve it. So I'm a little bit concerned that the tutorial might have ended just a tad too soon. Ah, ladder. Missed that. Okay, thank you. I was reading the quest instructions on the right side. So again, the game wants you to make progress. It doesn't want you to butt your head against the wall. It's like, no, this is what we need to do. Keep going. Whoa. Whoops. Again, made a little mistake, and the game quickly gets you back. Anything up here? Like anything to shoot at? See, shooting those does nothing. Well, another way to stop us backtracking. The game's using the environment to keep pushing us forward. Simple but effective. Now, as I've said, I've not played any of the recent ones, so I don't know how this fits into the story or series or world. So I'm also hoping for me is how the game manages that. Like, do I feel like I've missed out on the story? We did that Trials of Heroes game, and it felt like a little bit I had to have played the first one. And because I played the demo, I understood how that combat system worked in that game. Because there was no tutorial on it. But here, the game has told us everything we need to do everything. So I'm more worried about like the character interactions and stuff like that. Oh, nice. We've got to try and shoot through this. That's fun. I like that. Ah, some sort of golem. Inner range and outer range. I do appreciate that the tutorial has not finished. You can switch between ranges with a range shift. Press left or right to evade the enemy's attack. Huh. I said left or right, but actually I needed to press down. So the tutorial was a little off there. I'm guessing it means back or forward. Oh yeah, see the skills are now changed. Okay, all enemies have physical and magic stun symbols. So next to the 5, there's what appears to be a wand. So let's bring that to 0. See, we're doing hit after hit here. We got it stunned. So enemies stunned, they're now weakened. Which is probably what we were doing when we were shooting them from range. We were probably doing that, stunning them. Like the bird took 2 hits, so it's possible the golem might take 4, 5. There's something on the bottom right next to the map that says 100%. Wonder what that is. Is that bullets? No. Okay, so these are now disappearing. Pretty sure they weren't at the beginning. She's having the worst luck. I've installed this to external storage, kind of high-speed NVMe, So this is as fast as the launch PS4's USB can load a game. So this would be obviously be a distinct difference between PS5 and PS4's loading.
それは私たちが見つけたものよ。返して。
Again, Final Fantasy X feelings there. Also, it kind of looks like a Digimon. Time for a boss battle. With like shoe attacks like that and the guns, it kind of gives a little bit of Bayonetta. But the combat's not quite like that, but it was in a good way. Kind of, the combat in this game when we do have fights is very fluidic. It is very much move to move to move. It looks really good. It is a little tropey though, isn't it? A little stereotypical. At the moment the game hasn't played that in a bad way. Is that the end of the demo? Or was that just the start of the game where we get the opening sequence? Oh, okay, let's watch this.
困っている人がいたら手を差し伸べられる人になりなさいと母は言った。友達を大切にしなさい。相手の気持ちを考えなさい。整理整頓をしなさい。よく学び考えなさい。そして母はいつも最後にこう付け加えた。自分自身で何が正しいかを判断できるようになりなさい。その言葉を繰り返し思い出す。あの時のあの行動は正しかったのか。何度も何度も記憶をたどる。レアハルトさん、ようやく見つけましたよ。アトリエにうってつけな場所。きっと錬金術師が使ってたと思うんです。あの廃墟、もしかしたら何か遺物が残されてるかも。それにあの廃墟は灯台からつながるマナの通り道の上にあって。
おいユミヤ、
何ですか？
確かに俺は準備をしておいてくれとは言ったが、あちこち調べ回ってくれとは言ってないぞ。
すいません、早く役に立ちたくて。
いや、俺がちゃんと言わなかったのが悪いさ。けど改めて意識しておいてくれよ。お前はこのアラディス調査団の要であると同時に一応は監視対象でもあるんだ。
はい。
お前に対する世間の目を考えれば気持ちはわかるが、焦らなくても調査はこっから始まるんだ。ほら、来たぞ。
団長、彼女が例の。
ああ、アラ ラディスの調査を進めるため、俺が招いた錬金術師だ。先に伝えた通り、今後お前たちは監視役として彼女と共に動いてもらう。
ええ。団長がそういうのなら。錬金術師ユミア・リースフェルドだな。僕はユーステラ騎士団所属、ビクトル・フォン・デューラーだ。エアハルト団長より聞いているとは思うが、錬金術師である君の監視を担当する。
Like, have we done something wrong? Are we being graded or tested?
もちろん僕らも協力はする。
よろしくお願いします。
分かっていると思うが、錬金術は禁忌の術だ。あくまでも君は調査のために特例で術の使用を認められているということを重々理解してくれ。
It's banned. I wonder why. Is it like taboo?
ちょっとお兄ちゃん、初めましての子に硬すぎじゃない？そんなんじゃ仲良くなれるものもなれないってば。気楽に行こう、気楽に。同じく騎士団所属、アイラ・フォン・デューラ。お兄ちゃんともども志願して調査団に参加したの。よろしくユミヤ。年近そうだし敬語はなしでお願いね。
Oh, we get to make a choice. Please make your acquaintance, I guess, because we're trying. They're like judging us.
よろしくお願い。じゃなくてよろしく。そんなにかしこまらないでもいいのに。ほら、お兄ちゃんも。
Yeah, Victor, you go. I think it was safer just to be
よ
polite.
ろしく頼む。
はい、よろしくお願いします。
It's very clear this is a flashback.
十分。
So I'm wondering if the game's story and plot is going to jump.
二人は実際に錬金術って見たことありますか？
So like we probably started in the future, we're now going back to the past. Or whatever we do here probably means we could then go back to the
見
future.
る機会がないからね。ならまずは一度見ておいてほしいです。錬金術が一体どんなものなのか。私、きっと調査団の役に立てると思うんです。いいですか、エアハルトさん。
ああ、ちゃんと知ってもらうべきだ。これから行動を共にするんだからな。
ありがとうございます。それじゃあ二人ともついてきてください。
言われずとも君が行く場所に同行するのが僕たちの任務だ。
That's a nice looking map. So that's the touchpad. Oh, we can fast travel. Yeah, if we unlock fast travel points or landmarks, we're able to fast travel between them. That's nice. Just shows us how to gather. It doesn't say if our basket has an incumbency, like we can only have so many items. Let's have a look at this world. Seeing a hand up there, that column. So the hand shows you things you can pick up. Something up there. Where we were, things to pick up. A chest. Finally. What's in the chest?
罠じゃありませんように。これこれ。
Oh, they don't like me. Oh, what's the poppin' like? That's not too bad. I like the idea we don't have to take the bridge, we can just take the zip line. That's a fun idea.
食べられないキノコも混じってるから間違えないように。
Now, where do I go? R3? R3 wants me to go across the water, okay. Or we can take the zip line because it's fun.
見つけた。
How do I take the zip line again? I forgot already. Oh man, I don't remember how to take the zip line. The tutorial's gone. There's bound to be like a trophy for collecting all the
周
things.
辺の安全を確認。休息が可能です。
Oh yeah, we got our wands a little different, isn't it?
見えた。
Okay, left side, we now have bullets we've got to be careful of. Oh, scan ammo.
そりゃ。
I want to take the zip line, but I don't remember how to do it. Well, I pushed all the buttons and nothing's happening. Oh well. Oh, can we pet the dog?
私たちの調査で世間の錬金術に対する印象は変わるのかな。
Okay.
どんな大きな事実を明らかにしても、初めは些細な影響にとどまるでしょう。しかし、何も行動しなければ、そうした些細な影響すらも発生しません。そっか。そうだよね。
So many things to pick up. Looks like there are baddies in the water to watch out for.
見つけた。
Yeah, I don't want to try my luck there.
何これ。
You know, they are busy. They don't want me to help. They really don't like me. Unfortunately, I've not played the other games, as I said before, so I don't know if that's a common theme, or if this is like years in the future, and attitudes towards alchemy have changed.
何これ。
Like, it only takes one bad guy
食べられない
people to
間違えないよ。
be unhappy about him.
これって。
Wait, can we pick up water?
なんでやか。
We can. Huh. I was not expecting that. We can pick up logs. I'm guessing we got unlimited storage because we're picking up everything. Does look very nice, doesn't it? It's not overly detailed, but it is very aesthetically nice looking.
そりゃ。これって。
I picked up a bone. Remember, this is being loaded off an NVMe attached via USB.
あいや、準備はいい。いつでも平気。
Oh,
まだね。それ。
we can use a smoke bomb if we want to escape. It's basically giving us like a tutorial again.
これって。
So many things to pick up. Is that a zip line going across there?
見つけた。
Like, it makes you wonder if there were other things hidden, chests and whatnot. My only hope is that with these enemies being on the screen, we don't have the problem that Pokemon Violet and Scarlet had. Basically, you could move quicker than this Pokemon could spawn in, and that would mean every now and then you'd just be walking or running and poof, Pokemon's right in your face and you've walked right into them. Because you were going quicker than the game could load. You hope here that that's not the case with the animals. Here's that shrine. Something I want to test out is the pause options. Well, this is certainly unique. I want to know where save is. Nothing there. Here it is. The game doesn't say, or hasn't, or the demo I should say, hasn't said if the save data carries over. What options do we get? Okay, so we can make the camera move quicker if we want. There's autosave, yep. So I set it to free myself, but you can't change the size of the text like at the bottom of the screen. Oh, so we're in performance mode. So on the launch model PS4, this could just be 30 frames per second. Set of quality, we could get less draw distance, less frame rate. Okay, so there are things we can change. I'm happy to leave it as it is. So we demo play Thursday. The goal is to play about an hour or so of a demo. Some demos fast travel point, okay. So some demos are longer, some demos are shorter. Okay, attack both of them now that they're like that, staggered. Damn, I think that one came out of it. The only thing about these games when you're playing as one particular character is that you don't get to really try out all the other types of characters. Like the big guy has a shield, so we're never really going to be able to see what it's like to be a character that uses a shield. We are playing as this one character. That is, unless the yeah, so unless the parties are going to break up, we're never going to know what it's like to play as someone with a different weapon. Yeah, kind of attacking these one at a time, but we run out of bullets. I keep thinking that we're going to attack them in groups, not one at a time. But we're plenty strong enough to deal with that. Ah, level up tells us what goes up. You'd be surprised how few games tell us. They got a fun little animation. Like, I think it's either one thing or a group of things. I don't really want to check it out. I want to play the demo. So let's keep going. So many things to pick up. And at the moment we don't know how useful they're going to be, so it's kind of nice to just pick up everything now. So is this the ruins that we were talking about earlier?
もうすぐ着きますよ。
As for ruins, they're pretty impressive.
錬金術にぴったりの場所。なんだった？
はい、これ以上なく。多分昔の。
ここ。
私のアトリエということにしました。たった今から。アトリエ？錬金術師の拠点のこと。この場所、大昔も同じように使われていたんだと思う。ああ、ボロ屋じゃん。今はまだ廃墟だけど、これから整備していく予定ってことで。
大昔というのはアラディスの大災害より前。
ならここも危ない場所だったり？特に変なものはなかったと思うけど。
禁忌を持って禁忌を制すと団長の考えは読めないな。
ちょっと兄ちゃん、そんな禁忌とか言ったらユミヤもやりにくいでしょ。ユミヤが変なことしないように私たちがいるんだから。変なことか。準備始めますね。
Makes you wonder if alchemy was somehow related to that great disaster.
どう？ユミヤ、すぐにできそうなの？ちょっと待ってね。ユミヤ？あれを準備して、その次は。ちょっと？はいはいって大丈夫？そうだね。あと何個か準備が終わったら始められるかなというところで。手伝おっか。でも二人は監視役って立場だし。
調査に必要な準備なら。
That sigh was pretty good.
ありがとうございます。すみません。気にしないで。ほら、何が必要なのか教えて。うん、そうだな。
これで素材の準備はできたな。
Wondering if something was skipped there.
錬金術に使うものとそうでないものを仕分けして。
Or we'd already picked it up on the way to this building.
錬金術は素材に宿るマナを活用してるから。マナの少ない素材は錬金術には向かないんだよね。でも余った資材にも使い道はあるよ。錬金術以外にも何か作る機会は多いだろうし。
Probably for making food and stuff.
なんかサバイバルみたいでいいね。
調査団の資源にも限りがある。使えるものは何でも使うべきだな。
まずは仕分けした素材を収納しておきたいな。そのあたりから着手してみよう。
Okay, so we need to get a workbench. Here's a workbench.
何にしよう。
So we need to get storage. Well, container seems like a good thing.
何個か作っておこうかな。そんな感じかな。
The items in your basket will automatically transfer to the container. Okay. So where's the container gone? We got the containers, where do they go? Place container. I just read what the instructions were. L1. Building. Again, it's telling us on the left side what we need to do. How do I rotate that? Because all the instructions were at the bottom. Don't know if you noticed that. It's 1, 2, 3.
これくらいなら簡単に用意できるよ。錬金術はとにかくたくさんの道具とか素材が必要になるから。
So when we're out exploring, we're going to have to pick up everything.
作れるものもその資材も何もかも足りないけど。逆に言えば今後任務を進めつつ。
So collect more ingredients, build more. Once we build more, we can go need more ingredients, different ingredients. Yeah. I wonder if we're going to turn this into a shop as well that we can sell things at.
分かってるけど、せっかくならいい部屋にしたいじゃん。
まあ確かに拠点の構築は調査団の重要な任務の一つだが。
便利なら何を置いたっていいですから。いい拠点にしましょう。
So we've already seen quite a lot in this demo of different aspects of gameplay. It's just the story is the one thing we don't really have a grasp on yet. We understand combat, how well, a little bit about teamwork. We understand about picking things up. We understand about alchemy a little bit and what we're going to be doing. But what's the story?
この辺り崖も多くて素材集めも大変だね。そういう時はこれを使えば。え、撃って落とすってこと？うん、その方が楽だし。すっごい。
そんなことに銃弾を消費していいのか。肝心な場面で弾切れを起こす。
いえ、銃弾くらいなら。
I've had that question.
いつでも作れますから。銃弾作れるの？
Out of what though?
外で作れるのは本当に簡単なものだけだけどね。
銃弾は簡単なものか。
現地で素材を集めて現地で作ったりできるんだよね。探索もはかどりそうじゃん。
But what do we need to make the bullets out of? That's the thing.
調査団の役に立てるか。
So we need energy and materials to create something.
そろそろ移動しないと。
You'll need to equip exploration items to your bag to use them. Items made by simple synthesis will automatically be equipped. But if there's no space in our bag, it goes straight to our container. Yeah, the scan ammo works exactly as I thought it would. Almost like scan magic in a Final Fantasy game. Use it, it tells you information about the enemy. So, simple synthesis. Zipline glove. That's why we couldn't use it, okay. I'm guessing energy is what says 97, so if I make the glove 94, yeah. On the right side, it's now gone across to take up that space. So what do we need to make regular ammo? We need iron. We've got enough bandage, we've got enough for smoke bomb, but we need iron for bullets.
水の中を覗いて
Ah,
簡単なものなら
weather
作れるし
changes stuff. Okay.
長時間の探索は思わぬミスにつながります。定期的に
飲みやすさを考えて作る工程が一番難しいっていう。
マナエナジー補充完了。
I wonder how long that takes to replenish. Gotta gather iron somewhere. My guess would be stones.
見つけた。
I pick it up so much. I mean, that's iron?
これでよし。
Yeah, we got some iron from that, okay.
そりゃ。何これ。
So, synthesis.
何作ろうかな。これでいけるはず。
Seems to be using some sort of lockets. You see that in her hand?
これこれ。
It's getting dark.
一休みしつつ荷物の整理とか
Wants
した
us to
いな。
gather sand. We get random quests, okay. Do not affect story, but you get rewards for doing them.
厄介そうだけど退治しないと。これって。そりゃ。
It says defeat the raiding monsters. Missed him.
始めましょう。これから。
そして終わらせよう。
We scanned them, but the battle's so frantic.
ユミヤ、準備
当然できてます。
くれ。
見つけた。
Well, is that all the monsters we got to defeat? It does look pretty. I imagine on PS5, some of the HDR stuff looks fantastic.
ユミヤ、
当然できてます。
It's almost as if for these simple enemies it's a little too easy or too over the top some of these fights. That's the lighthouse thing they talked about earlier. Is it going to turn on? This doesn't look like it. Definitely a varied landscape. But it wants us to head back to the Atelier. Possible to rest here. You think with all the ruins and broken glass that enemies would naturally come in and attack.
これでいいの？ありがとう。とりあえず最低限の準備は整ったと思う。それじゃ。ごめんユミヤ。ちょっと
I've
待って。
been wondering what that thing is too.
それ何？おお、こいつは。
超高性能自立型探索補助装置フラミーと申します。
喋った。まさかこれも錬金術で。
私が一から作ったものではないんですが、これから始まる調査でも活躍すると思います。
こんなものまで生み出すと、これから作るものは喋らないんだよ。
さすがに喋らないです。これまでも何度か作ったこともある。
I wonder if that is from the time of the great catastrophe they mentioned earlier.
みんなの役に立つものを作ります。信じてほしいです。
見届けさせてもらおう。
Is that what she's about to do here?
見ててね、お母さん。始めよう。
Okay. Synthesize Luft.
どれがいいかな。
Yumia can create tools by weaving memories together. This is called alchemy. Choose a recipe. Okay. Try and synthesize the Luft. Air element attack item. Select the recipe.
役に立ちそうなのは。
So that's when we learn new recipes, that's where they go. Okay. The goal of synthesizing is to strengthen this core. So the more we synthesize, the stronger the core gets, the better the items we synthesize. It kind of, okay. Got to activate it. Provide it with mana. Basically, provide it with ingredients.
材料はあったかな。
We need the pinwind, which we already have. So we can add other ingredients.
使う材料は。
Okay, so the resonance, we can add other ingredients and that makes it bigger or smaller, changing what effects happen.
材料はあったかな。
See there, that's a big one, small, big, big. Anything super big? Like that's super big. So we can add another pinwind.
この調子で集めよう。
Yeah, the higher the resonance, the stronger the product. Alright, let's start. I'm trying to trying to form synthesis, but it's not working. What's happened?
こんな感じかな。
I hit start. I actually hit options. Okay. I was pressing every other button but options.
よし、成功した。
Well, we said we're going to show them what we do.
これは。
綺麗。あ、いや。
これは。
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 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 これは。 見てどうでしたか？なんか全然想像と違った。こんなやり方で
I think the tutorial was a little over the top,
その動作
perhaps making it sound more complicated than it really is.
これが錬金術の
I imagine we probably wanted the tutorial to be a little bit more detailed a little later on. We do a lot of basic stuff now, then it says, okay, you've learned the basics. This is what you do to increase the value, make it stronger, make it da-da-da. I think that would have been more useful.
魂に刻まれた記憶や思いがマナーへと変わって大地に蓄えられる。私たちの身の回りにもマナーはたくさんありますけど、錬金術師はそれを直接操る。マナーを操って刻まれた記憶からレシピを編み出し、
I imagine we're going to go around finding these memories, creating these new recipes.
それが錬金術です。私にはぼんやりとしか感じられないけど、マナーを直接操るなんて初めて見たかも。これができるのも特殊な才能なんだって。私もつい最近分かったことだけど。
つまり君自身この力がどれほどの潜在能力を秘めてい
So
る
it could be quite dangerous in the future, but as a still gameplay mechanic means as we level up and learn more,
そうですね。
we naturally get
これ
stronger.
から学んでいけばもっといろんなことが。
あたり一帯に広がる自然に飲み込まれた廃墟。ここはアラディス帝国が滅んだのは
Yep, thought so.
錬金術の力が暴走したからだと言われている。仮に君自身にその気がなくても御しきれずに力が暴走する恐れもあるんじゃないか。
すいません。可能性は否定できないです。私もまだまだ未熟だから。でも知らなきゃ何も始まらない。調査団の目的はこの地に残されたあらゆる謎を解き明かす
So
ことです。
clearly we're not from this land, we've come to investigate to see what happened. Hence the title, Alchemist of Memories,
この地で
the Envisioned
錬金術に
Land.
よって何が行われたのか知りたい。そのためにここに来ました。
そうか。
ねえねえユミヤ、これ何に使うの？魔物退治に使う道具。まだまだ改良の余地はあるけど。へえ、試しに使ってみてもいい？
おいアイラ、
知らなきゃ何も始まらない。
She did have a point, as a point well made.
うん、使ってみてほしい。前に何度か作ったことがある道具だから失敗はしてないと思う。
僕たちの目の届くところで頼むぞ。
よーし決まり。それじゃ早速出発。
Oh, here we go.
今の声。
Remember, it's all about memories. Memories of the land, memories of the manor. So, she's picking up memories.
フラミ、今何かあった？
微小なマナの揺らぎは検知しましたが、それ以上の情報は得られていません。
それだけ？
She doesn't quite trust her.
フラミーが持つ機能はユミヤが調整したものであり、その上限はユミヤの錬金術の実力に依存します。
なんでこんな生意気になっちゃったんだか。
So we get stronger, Flamini gets stronger, the Alchemist gets stronger by doing it more. So honestly, we're going to end the demo there.
ともかくさっきの道具近くの魔物で効果を試してみようか。
突然爆発とかもしないよ。
So, yeah, we finally got a hint of the story. We come to this land to investigate what happened. And just then, we had a hint of something mysterious as well. But yeah, that'll do for Atelier Yumia, the Alchemist of Memories, and the Envisioned Land. It is a very good demo, and if you're curious about the game, I would highly recommend giving it a go. This is a launch model PS4, and it looks fantastic. It does push the PS4 quite hard, and you can probably hear it throughout the whole video. But the controls are very tight, very accurate. Graphically, it doesn't feel like I'm playing a lesser game. The audio is good. The tutorial is fantastic. And even when the tutorial is finished, it still gives you hints later. Just, yeah, it's such a good introduction. And in fact, we're now going back in time to see a bit more of the story. It's a bit of a trope, and this game is a bit tropey, a bit stereotypy, but it doesn't lean in on it. It just is, and it's just carrying on its own story, and I do appreciate that. And we've seen conflicts with other people in the area. They don't like alchemists. It's kind of like taboo. They're like, what destroyed the empire? So it'll be interesting to see different character interactions. And it's perhaps a little linear in places, but I don't mind that. Those are my sort of favourite Final Fantasy games. But we have this open area now where we can go around and just collect as much as we like and use alchemy. And of course, we use it, that gets stronger. We explore and we defeat enemies, we get stronger, which means Flamini gets stronger. So it is tied well into the story because Yumia is new at this. So they've tied that leveling up process throughout the game into Yuma's story naturally. She herself is new. She only has a few ingredients that she knows how to do. It was very well thought out, so honestly, after playing this demo, and the demo's not finished, but after playing this amount of the demo, I would actually be really curious about getting the game, but especially curious about going back to the PS3 game I have that I might have done an hour maybe of. I kind of want to go and play that now because I played this, so yeah. It was a good demo, well worth trying. It's also out on Switch and PS5, so if you're curious, you can try it on other platforms. But yeah, that'll do for today's Demo Play Thursday video. So until the next week's Demo Play Thursday, or until I see you checking out some of the other videos, playlists, shorts, or even YouTube live streams. Or maybe I'll see you over at Ko-fi. As a small YouTube channel, we get no money from YouTube. But with Ko-fi, we get donations, including PayPal donations, but we also have some subscription tiers, so maybe one of them will interest you. But wherever or whenever I see you again, please take care.